So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the greatest watch market update show in the world. Unbelievable but true. As you know, me and Sweet Kid Kino will always tell you the truth. What these Muppet Boiler Room secondary great watch market channels and dealers won't dare to tell you, we will. And we will because we're stupid just like that. We're stupid like that. Unbelievable but true. Me and Sweet Kid Kino are always going to tell you what's happening out there in the Muppet Boiler Room secondary gray watch market. And today we have an unbelievable show for you. Unbelievable. We're going to talk about different topics today. We're going to talk about, some dealers from the UK, some dealers from the United States. Unbelievable. We're going to talk about a watch market update. Unbelievable what's happening out there. The watch market is dead. Totally dead. Don't let these flim-flammers keep on fleecing you out there, These guys are a bunch of hucksters and hoodwinks. Unbelievable. But before I get into all that, let's go into my magical intro. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, and I just want to start by saying that I was in vacation for 3 weeks in Italy with my wife, and we had an unbelievable time while we were there. It's an unbelievable country, and I believe that, you people out there, instead of spending your children's tuition money on all these flim-flammers that have fleeced you with all those watches that you have purchased, take that money and take your family somewhere in Europe. It's unbelievable that Europe, unbelievable. Italy is unbelievable. Bella l'Italia, la gente bellissima, tutto a posto allá. Spaghetti meatball, Chef Boyardee. It was unbelievable. And we had a blast while we were there. We went to Capri, went to Positano, the Amalfi Coast, La Roma, Bologna, Napolis. Unbelievable. Venice. It's just so many places that I went to, while I was over there, and I had a great time. Unbelievable. It's an incredible country. And like I'm telling you, before you spend your children's tuition money on all these flim-flammers that have fleeced you with the watches that you have purchased, take your family in a European vacation. It's unbelievable. I mean, with the money that I spent in this vacation, I could have bought probably a couple of watches, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. My wife loves me and I love my wife. It's unbelievable. And my birthday was over there, I spent the day of my birthday, you're not gonna believe this, in the Colosseum, with Julius Caesar. Unbelievable. But anyway, guys, just wanted to let you know what I was doing in this summer vacation. Unbelievable experience. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to get into another subject. There is a gentleman in the United Kingdom. He's unbelievable. In the United Kingdom, he has an unbelievable channel with fake subscribers, fake views, and all that stuff. But at this moment, I have to give him credit. It's that gentleman that speaks, right there now on the Submariner, the Daytona. I saw last week 20 Submariners, 40 Daytonas. That guy, you know who I'm talking about? Popeye, He wears the short sleeve white shirt, shirt unbelievable. He's an unbelievable looking guy. Unbelievable, that Popeye. And he's the one that sells the most Daytonas in the United Kingdom. Hello, Daytona. That guy, Daytona. He's unbelievable. But I have a message. Kino sent me an email while I was in vacation. He was in vacation too. And he told me, take a look. See at Popeye's channel. He is saying that the watch market is dead. And the flipper days are over. He even showed watches that they're dead. Unbelievable. I'm pretty amazed with this gentleman out of the United Kingdom. His name is Popeye with a white shirt, and he's, he has that little squeaky voice. That there, and then take you up there, that guy. And he is saying that the watch market at this moment, as of August 27, 2024, that's what Kino told me to say, the watch market is dead for him. And this is the man that sold the most Submariners, like I'm telling you, the most Daytonas. He will sell in a week. He claims he will sell in a week 15 Submariners. Unbelievable. 12 Daytonas. Unbelievable. So, you know, where credit is due, credit is due. I'm telling you, he has a fake channel with fake subscribers, fake views, fake likes, and fake comments. But at this moment, I have to give him credit. So Popeye, I'm giving you the credit out of the UK for saying the truth. You know, you're saying the truth. You know, and I respect that. Somebody that says the truth, I respect that. Not only me, but Sweet Kid Kino. I can't look at Kino today because Kino's not here. Kino's still traveling with his new girlfriend around the world. Unbelievable, that Sweet Kid Kino. I tried to find him over there in Capri. I couldn't find him in Positano. I couldn't find him in Sorrento. I couldn't find him. Unbelievable, that Sweet Kid Kino. But me and Kino are very proud of you, Popeye, out of the United Kingdom, for saying that the watch market is dead. Unbelievable, the watch market is dead. Unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, in our next topic, it's gonna shock you. You know, this watch channel is an unbelievable watch channel. Unbelievable watch channel. And they did like a year and a half ago. They did a show in their channel, which it was looking for the best salespeople to sell watches, you know, to flim-flam your people out there, to fleece you out there. And it's unbelievable. And again, Kino sent me the link of this, you know, video that was on. And unbelievable, they're coming back again. You're not going to believe this. You're just not going to believe this. They're coming back again. These people are the greatest Muppet watch channel there is. This is the original Muppet watch channel. And they're coming back again with the Muppet Watch Challenge. Looking for new salespeople, you know, to sell watches, to fleece people, to flim-flam people out there, you know. They need new salespeople to sell to their uncles, aunts, cousins, grandmother, grandfather, you know, family members, family friends. We're talking about no other than unbelievable Deputy Droopy Butthole Eyes with the Tweety Bird haircut. He is the original one. He's making another show and he's looking for new salespeople, you know? He's looking for new applicants to apply for a position working for them, you know? Sending in videos, you know, like the show Tank Shark, you know, like that show. They're even asking for videos, you know, of who you are, what's your name, what you do, what's your background, what kind of sales are you working before in the past. Unbelievable. You had to see what these guys were talking about. They were saying that even people that have graduated from law school will be making more money working with them. Unbelievable, this Deputy Droopy Butthole Eyes with the Tweety Bird haircut. You should have seen the panel, you know, the panel. On the panel, you had their, what's his name again? You had Jiminy Cricket with the Chia Pet spray can hair. Next to him, you had the Amish honey bun maker sitting next to him. In the middle, of course, you had Deputy Droopy Dog Eye with the Tweety Bird haircut. Unbelievable. Deputy Droopy Butthole Eyes with the Tweety Bird haircut sitting dead center. Next to him, you had the Puerto Rican Charlie Brown. Unbelievable. What a panel. And then you had a newcomer, this new kid. You know, Kevin from the Wonder Years. Kevin from the Wonder Years was sitting all the way at the end. You know, he was the fifth player in the team. They were all dressed in gym clothes. You know, like PE, gym class, physical education, whatever you want to call it. You know, they were dressed. Oh, unbelievable. Shorts, sneakers, you know, stained up sneakers. Unbelievable the way they were all dressed up. And they were there pushing that they're looking for new salespeople to join their team. Like I'm telling you, to flim flam and fleece family members, you know? Because the watch market is dead. You're going to tell these people out there to come and work for them, you know, to come and work for you, Deputy Droopy Dog Eye, Deputy Butthole Eyes, to work for you, a lawyer graduated from school to go sell watches, secondhand watches. Unbelievable. He even said somebody there made over $350,000 in a year selling watches. Unbelievable. That must have been in the Corona era, you know? You know, when the SBA loans were around, when the PPP loans were around, when government grants were around, you know, stimulus checks, unemployment checks. But that is all over, you know? Don't listen to these flim-flammers. You know, don't leave your jobs to go work with them, you know? I'm just giving you an advice. You know, you saw what happened with Gita Pinocchio that worked there. He was let go. You know, you had there the Pillsbury Doughboy with the Taliban beer. He was let go. You had Mr. French. You know, he came all the way from France to work with them. He was let go because they didn't have no more family members to sell watches to. You know what I'm saying? This is a watch challenge they're doing again. You know, they're looking for applicants. And ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. But Sweet Kid Kino would like to send a video to Deputy Droopy Butthole Eyes with the Tweety Bird haircut because he says he would like to apply to work with them to see if he can make $350,000 in a year working with them. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You got to listen to what these guys say. You have to see this episode. You got to see them. And let me tell you something, Deputy Droopy Butthole Eyes. This is no lie. Your eyes, around your eye sockets are getting darker and darker and darker. My wife has a cream that she puts under her eyes. That will help you out. All right? Also, Jiminy Cricket, you gotta stop wearing those baseball caps. Your hair plugs are gonna die. They need to breathe. All right? You know, you understand me? Jiminy Cricket, you understand me? With the Chia Pet spray can hair, you need to let your hair breathe. Those plugs will die like flowers. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This show is going to start. So don't be lollipop suckers. Don't be window lickers. Don't be tomato cans. And ladies and gentlemen, do not leave your jobs to go work with these flim-flammers. They're just going to teach you how to fleece, how to flim-flam people. You know? Unbelievable. You can't listen, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful what you're doing out there. These guys are a bunch of cockroaches. These guys are a bunch of monkeys. You understand? These guys are a bunch of monkeys. Bunch of monkeys. You know, selling this wet dream that you're going to be making $350,000 in a year. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Don't leave your jobs. You got to be very, very careful with that Deputy Droopy Butthole Eyes with the Tweety Bird haircut. He's unbelievable, you know, with the hair, you know, like that. Unbelievable. I don't know what kind of hairstyle it is, but it's unbelievable, you know. It's like 74 years old. He wears Supreme sweaters, hoodies, sneakers, you know, ripped jeans. He's unbelievable. But don't leave your jobs, and especially you, Mr. Lawyer, that they were talking about you, that you went to school, you studied for 7 years, and you can make more money selling watches than being a lawyer. I never heard that in my life. I got to talk to my lawyer about that. I got a lawyer. I know a couple of lawyers, you know. They're going to just laugh at me, but, you know, it's unbelievable. These guys are a bunch of con men, a bunch of grifters, you know. These people are unbelievable. They're the whole day thinking how to get you taken. And this is why they need more salespeople. Like a revolving door. The ones that come in, they're going to leave. from the panel that was sitting there, all 5 of them in shorts and sneakers and, you know, and baseball caps, front and backwards, they'll be gone. And some of them will stay again. They'll keep on. They'll keep on. This is like the car business. This is like selling club memberships. This is like selling insurance, you know? Unbelievable, you know, like in the life insurance, you know, it's unbelievable. This is crazy, you know? It's like the car business. They always have like 150 salesmen. And every month, every week, they're looking for salespeople. Because this is to sell to the families. Don't be lollipop suckers, ladies and gentlemen. Don't fall for this trick. Do not leave your jobs. Do not leave your jobs. The situation is bad out there. There's no money. The watch market is dead. Unbelievable. So be careful again with Deputy Droopy Butthole Eyes with the Tweety Bird haircut and his sidekick, Jiminy Cricket, with the Chia Pet spray can hair. Unbelievable. The watch market is dead, ladies and gentlemen. You understand me? The watch market is dead. Ladies and gentlemen, I was also in Capri. And I went to this Patek Philippe AD. Unbelievable. And I asked for a couple of watches and I put myself on a list they had there. Unbelievable. They treated me very, very kind. I was asking them for the Patek Philippe 5980, you know, the new one with the blue jean strap, you know, that beautiful blue jean strap with that frosted blue dial. Unbelievable. So I'm looking for that watch and they were treating me real kind. And I think they even knew who I was. I don't know. And they gave me this, you know, date book. I don't know, to write things down, you know. Unbelievable. You know, they gave me this, you know. They gave me this and they told me they're going to call me. And I told them that I would fly back and, you know, pick up my watch, you know, whenever they had it. And so I want to say thank you to the Argentinian young lady. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful looking young lady. She reminds me of Sophia Loren. Unbelievable. And the manager from the AD Patek Philippe store in Capri. You know, I was up there in the mountains, all the way in the top, in the mountains, all the way up. So they gave me this beautiful book. I want to thank you very much again to you, Sophia Loren, and to her manager. I think he was like reminded me of Marlon Brando. You know, Marlon Brando. Unbelievable. Beautiful people. So remember, when you go to Capri, you go visit them and you tell them that Juan Nieves from Opus and Time sent you. Okay? There's my book that gave me. So unbelievable. Look at that little star. I don't know if you can see. See that right there? Unbelievable. So they gave me this. Unbelievable. Thank you very much again for this beautiful gift you gave me out of the Patek Philippe AD in Capri, Italy. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into the watch market update. And this is unbelievable. I have some watches here that you need to know what's happening with them. Our first watch is the Rolex. Unbelievable looking Rolex. Take a look-see at this Rolex. It's an unbelievable looking watch. It is the Rolex stainless steel GMT with an oyster bracelet with a black and gray ceramic bezel. This watch, when it was first released, right off the gate, you know, like a horse race, it was at $35,000. Unbelievable. $35,000. Unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to tell you, I mean, you do whatever you want with your money. I know you like to maintain these people's lifestyle. You know, their steak dinner, their sushi dinner, their go fast wreck car. Unbelievable. Their hoodies, Supreme backpacks, Nike, Louis Vuitton sneakers. But I'm going to have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that Bruce Wayne. You know, don't pay for that Bruce Wayne. Unbelievable. Don't pay more than $16,500 and unbelievable. Watch market dead. Our next watch is another Rolex. It is a stainless steel. Take a look at the picture. Unbelievable looking watch. Unbelievable. With a Jubilee band. Unbelievable looking watch. Jubilee bracelet. They call this watch the Pepsi. Unbelievable. When this watch was first released some years ago, this watch was over $35,000 off the gate as well, ladies and gentlemen. And we're talking about, so you don't get this confused, we're talking about used slider condition material watches in this channel. Used. Don't get that confused. And I'm going to have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, like I tell you, this watch was over 35 G's at one moment. 35 G's, wow. Coming out of character. Oof. $35,000. And I'm going to have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want with your money, but the watch market is dead. Stop being window lickers and lollipop suckers and crayon eaters, and most of all, tomato cans. The watch market is dead. Dead, dead, dead. The watch market is dead in a backyard pool and floating face down like this. Unbelievable, but true. Unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to tell you, don't pay for that beautiful Rolex GMT Pepsi. Don't pay more than $17,500. And the watch market is dead. Dead. Our next watch is a Rolex stainless steel Milgauss. Take a look at the picture of this watch. Unbelievable looking time machine. Unbelievable looking time machine. The Rolex stainless steel Milgauss. You know, the Z Blue dial. And I'm going to have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want, but don't pay for that Milgauss. Don't pay more than $8,500. And bam! Why might it be dead? Dead, 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 dead. The watch market is dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. That's right. Unbelievable. Watch market is dropping. Dropping. Unbelievable. Our next watch is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. Take a look at this watch. Unbelievable, the picture. Take a look at the picture. Unbelievable. The Audemars Piguet Royal Oak with a smoke dial, rose gold, ultra thin, the jumbo, reference number 16202. This watch at one moment was over $250,000. $250,000, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to believe this. And I'm going to have to tell you, because I'm here all alone, I'm going to have to tell you, don't pay for that beautiful AP Royal Oak Rose Gold Ultra Thin Jumbo with a smoke dial. You know, the 16202. Unbelievable. Unbelievable looking watch. Don't pay more than $97,000 and the watch market is dead. Unbelievable, watch market dead. Don't believe what these flim flammers are telling you out there, ladies and gentlemen. Stop getting fleeced. Stop giving away your children's tuition money away. Take your family on a European vacation. You remember Chevy Chase and European Vacation? You know, do the same thing. Don't feel bad about it. I just finished spending, I don't know how much. I was there for 3 weeks and I spent it, I could have bought 2 watches, you know. But I had a great time, you know. I was singing Volare, volare, oh, cantare, mambo, mambo, mambo italiano. All that I was singing, you know, pasta, spaghetti, Chef Boyardee. Unbelievable. The wife was going nuts buying handbags in every corner, so I spending my money like that. But I'm not going to give it to these flim flammers. I will never give my money to these flim flammers. These people have been fleecing you for too long. Until Sweet Kid Kino opened this channel. Unbelievable. Spend your money other ways. Don't give it away. Don't give it away to the Puerto Rican Charlie Brown. Don't give it away to Jiminy Cricket with the Chia Pet spray can hair. Don't give it away, especially to this, you know, Deputy Droopy Butthole Eyes with the Tweety Bird haircut. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, guys. Anyway, guys, our next watch is an unbelievable looking watch. It is a Patek Philippe. Take a look at the picture of this watch. It's going to blow you away. Patek Philippe, an unbelievable looking time machine. You know, stainless steel, Nautilus, 5711. 57, the Patek Philippe stainless steel Nautilus 5711 with a beautiful green dial. Ladies and gentlemen, this watch at one moment was over $400,000. And then it started dropping down, dropping down faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. Unbelievable but true. Unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to tell you, you do whatever you want. But I'm going to have to tell you, don't pay for that beautiful Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711 stainless steel with a magical green dial. Do whatever you want. But don't pay more than $195,000 and watch Mikey dead. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Stop giving your children's tuition money away. Do it. Beautiful book, huh? Unbelievable. Beautiful. Unbelievable book. Unbelievable. Our next watch is a Patek Philippe. Take a look at the picture. This is a Patek Philippe stainless steel Nautilus 5711 with a white dial. Unbelievable looking time machine. Unbelievable. Look at the pictures. Unbelievable. Beautiful looking time machine. Beautiful. Beautiful looking time machine. And this watch at one moment in the Corona era, not the Corona beer era, the Corona era, SBA era, PPP era, government grant era, stimulus check era, unemployment check era, was over $175,000. Unbelievable looking time machine. Unbelievable. And I'm going to have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that beautiful Patek Nautilus with a white dial, 5711 stainless steel. Don't pay more than $80,000 and the watch market is dead. You do whatever you want with your money. It's your money, you do whatever you want. But the watch market is dead. Our next watch is a Richard Mille. Take a look-see at this Richard Mille. Unbelievable. The Richard Mille RM055, the red, the big red. This watch, Baba Watson, whatever you want to call it, was over $500,000 in the Corona era. Unbelievable but true. The Richard Mille RM055 Big Red. Unbelievable. Over $500,000. 500,000 maracas. 500,000 maracas. You know what maracas is? You know what it is? Google it. Unbelievable. Google it. Unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to tell you, you do whatever you want. But don't pay for that Richard Mille RM055 Big Red. Don't pay more. And don't pay more than $240,000 and like market is dead. Unbelievable. Our next watch is a Rolex Daytona Platinum. Take a look, see at the picture of this watch. Unbelievable. Rolex Daytona Platinum with factory Patek dial. It's unbelievable. This watch at one moment was over $500,000. Patek dial, diamond bezel. It's unbelievable. Just in case you want to look up, because today I'm feeling tired. I'm jet lagged, from flying so many hours in that ITA Airways, Italian Airways. Unbelievable. Beautiful airlines. You must fly. They treated us like kings in that flight. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But anyway, let's go back to the reference number model of that watch. The model number of that watch, it is the 116576 TBR. Letters TBR. And I'm telling you, it was over $500,000. And I'm going to have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want with your money. You do whatever you want with your money, but you got to stop being lollipop suckers. And you got to stop being window lickers. And most of all, you got to stop eating crayons. You got to stop eating crayons. You got to stop being a crayon eater. Or you might get dead. Don't pay for that beautiful Daytona Platinum, Patek dial, diamond bezel. Don't pay more than $205,000 and watch Mikey dead. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. You have all this information from the original Muppet Watch channel doing the challenge. You have the gentleman from the UK, Popeye, claiming that the watch market is dead. I've been saying that for the longest, but the UK guy is saying it now. Watch market is dead. Unbelievable. You know what that is? That's the Tudor, Miss Piggy, the chronograph. It is still dropping. But I'm not going to tell you today, but it's still dropping. You do whatever you want with your money. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoy what I had to say today and you use it to your advantage to defend yourself from all these flim-flammers that have fleeced you and have had a way with you for too long until Sweet Kid Kino and I came along. Unbelievable. Unbelievable but true. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like my video. Remember that this is an organic watch channel with real subscribers, real comments, real views, and real likes. No monkey business here, no mumbo jumbo, the real thing, all right? So guys, like me and Sweet Kid Kino will tell you every week, don't forget to take care and brush your hair. The watch market day.